Suddenly, a tremendous thumping noise came from outside the cave entrance, and a voice like thunder shouted, "Runt, is you there, Runt? I is hearing you jabbling. Who is you jabbling to, Runt? Look out," cried the BFG. "It's the Bloodbottler." But before he had finished speaking, the stone was rolled aside in a 50-foot giant, more than twice as tall and wide as the BFG, came striding into the cave. He was naked except for a dirty little piece of cloth around his bottom. Sophie was on the tabletop. The enormous, partly eaten Snozcumber was lying near her. She ducked behind it. The creature came clumping into the cave and stood towering over the BFG. "Who was you jabbling to in here just now?" he boomed. "I is jabbling to myself," the BFG answered. "Piffle fizz!" shouted the Bloodbottler. "Bugs wallop!" he boomed. You is talking to a human being. That's what I is thinking." No, cried the BFG. Yes, boomed the Bloodbottler. "I is guessing you has snitched away a human being and brought it back to your bunghole as a pet. So now I is winkling it out and guzzling it as extra snacks before my supper." The poor BFG was very nervous. "There's no one in here," he stammered. "Why don't you leave me alone?" The Bloodbottler pointed a finger as large as a tree trunk at the BFG. "Runty little scrum screwer, he shouted, "Piffling little swish fiddler, grumpy little bottle wart, grunty little pogs, whizzler, where'd it go? Pogs, whizzler, is now going to search the primroses." He grabbed the BFG by the arm. "And you is going to help me do it. Us together is going to winkle out this tasteful little human being," he shouted. The BFG had intended to whisk Sophie off the table as soon as he got a chance. And hide her behind his back. But now there was no hope of doing this. Sophie peered around the chewed-off end of the enormous Snozcumber, watching the two giants as they moved away down the cave. The Bloodbottler was ginormous. Sight, his skin was reddish-brown. There was black hair sprouting on his chest and arms, and on his stomach. The face was round and squashy looking. Where were we at? His hair on his head was long and dark. The face was round and The hair on his head was long and dark and tangled. His full face was round and squashy looking. The eyes were tiny black holes. The nose was small and flat. But the mouth was huge. It spreaded right across the face of the almost to ear to ear. And it had lips that were like two gigantic purple frankfurters, lying one on top of the other. Craggy yellow teeth stuck out between the two purple frankfurter lips, and rivers of spit ran down over the chin. It was not least difficult to believe that this ghastly brute ate men, women, and children every night. The Bloodbottler, still holding the BFG by the arm, was examining the rows of bottles. You and your pibbling bottles, he shouted. What are you putting in them? Nothing that would interest you, the BFG answered. You is only interested in guzzling human beings, and you is doggy as a woof. Dogs wiggler, woggler, cried the Bloodbottler. Soon the Bloodbottler would be coming back, Sophie told herself, and he was bound to search the tabletop. But she couldn't possibly jump off the table. It was 12 feet high. She'd break a leg. The snarls cumber all of her if the Bloodbottler... Oh, I missed a page. I missed some words. It was... What's that word? It was as thick as a perambulator. Perambulator. It was thick as a perambulator. Perambulator. It was not going to hide her if the Bloodbottler picked it up. She examined the chewed off end. It had large seeds in the middle. Each four had scooped away half a dozen of these seeds. Dozen?